Another erroneous zone that keeps a lot of people immobilized and from moving to higher levels in their life is what I call fear of the unknown, an absence of openness, a prejudice towards never changing, towards staying only with the familiar, towards looking for security as a way of life rather than moving on to new and vital areas to explore. Einstein said the most beautiful thing in all the world is the most mysterious. And yet so many people are afraid to break the barriers of convention and wander into the unknown and try new and exciting things for themselves. They stay only with what they've always known and what they've always done in their life. There's a wonderful Zen saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And the teacher can be in any form. The teacher can be another human being. It can be a book. It can be a tape like this. It can be anything at all that might show up in your life. But if you're not ready, if you're still stuck, if you're still afraid to try new things and move into new territory, then then it'll go right past you. I know so many things in my life that showed up in my 20s and my 30s that I wasn't ready for. And they were right there, books that I had on my shelf and I've had there for 20 years, and I never even picked them up. And I picked them up and I said, wow, this is fantastic. I didn't know this guy knew that. And it's a book that's 6,000 years old. It's been there, but I wasn't ready. So you have to develop a readiness. And what you have to do is learn how to get rid of the prejudices in your life. And the word prejudice means to prejudge. And I'm not talking just about what we think of as the typical prejudices, which are racial prejudices and things like that. But I'm talking about the willingness to prejudge life, to tell yourself that this is something that I wouldn't enjoy. This is something I couldn't do. This is an activity that just wouldn't work for me. And then it keeps you from trying all of these new and delicious and exciting new things. What I'm really advocating here is an openness to new experience. The more things that you're capable of doing, the more things that you're willing to do, the happier your life is going to be, the more fulfilled you're going to be, and the more you'll be fulfilling the purpose that you're here for in the first place. The fewer things that you can do, the fewer things that you're willing to try, the more rigid your life is, the less happy and the more immobilized you become. So people who can do a lot of things, who have a lot of options, who when they have a picnic are willing to go out and play a little softball, even if they aren't very good at it. They can even, instead of playing third base, maybe they can be third base. Right? So people tag you on their way home. But they're at least willing to get out there and try it and do something, versus the person who sits around and tells themselves that this is just something I can't do. Now, if this doesn't immobilize you and doesn't bother you, then it's not an erroneous zone. But it almost always does. It's a very restrictive kind of thing. So opening yourself up to these, to being able to do and try anything is an exciting way to live your life. There's a thing called security that a lot of people use to keep themselves tied into the known and the familiar. And they really have this belief that there's security, that if you do things a certain way and follow the rules that have been prescribed for you and laid down for you from the time that you were a little child, that you'll have security if you save a certain amount of your money and if you go to work a lot and you do. And the fact is that there is no such thing as security. There's only one kind of security in the world, and that's inner security. Most people are looking for their security in things outside of themselves. They're other-directed rather than inner-directed. The inner-directed person is a person who understands that my secure feelings are just thoughts, and they come from how I feel about myself, and that the physical world doesn't offer any security at all. I mean, we are born into it, and we're here for a short time, and then we die. And when we die and how we die is something that each one of us thinks about and gets concerned about. And what happens to us after we die, there's no security out there. None of us know how much time that we have. The future is a thought. The future is always the future, and it's just a thought. It's just a whimsical kind of invisible, dimensionless, formless, amorphous kind of thing inside of our consciousness that determines whether or not we're secure or insecure. You're not going to get security from having money or from having a lot of power. If power comes from being able to control others, what happens when the others disappear? Your power is gone. If security comes from being glamorous and beautiful and exciting, where is your security when the glamour leaves? And it leaves all of us. If it comes from being able to dominate someone else, if that's what makes you secure, what happens when those people leave? Your security is gone. You see, security is something that you can never get. It's an illusion. And once you know that, then you begin to wander through life and explore the unknown and not be looking for the safe haven.